Hey, what's up guys, it's Vexed, and I finally got around to watching Fallout, and holy shit. Fallout is an American post-apocalyptic drama series created by Graham Wagner and Geneva Robertson for Amazon Prime Video. So this TV series is based on the video game. Sorry, I never played it. Don't come at me in the comments, okay? I just never got around to it. I don't know why, okay? It was never on my list, so I never played it. With the success of The Last of Us, more and more people are looking toward video games to adapt to television, and it's not so scary for studios these days, so we may be getting more of these in the future. Before I get started, I just want to let you guys know that I did not see a trailer for this show. I knew nothing beyond some of the stuff I've heard over the years about the video game. That's it, which was little. I didn't know much about this game or this show when I started watching it. So what is Fallout about? Well, we open up at a birthday party in Hollywood Hills. It's a cold open. We're following famed Western actor Cooper Howard, who's apparently down on his luck because the man is out here entertaining kids at birthday parties. These are the type of gigs he's getting these days. What happened to his career? I don't know. Maybe he got canceled. I mean, who knows? The rich guy that hired him is giving him a hard time, but Cooper doesn't pay him any mind because he needs the money and because his daughter is there, so he's kind of on his best behavior. Now it's supposed to be the year 2027, but in this fictional world, society didn't advance culturally past the 50s, so we get this weird retro futuristic look to the world, which is kind of unsettling. Now that's certainly not the only thing that's unsettling, considering the United States are on the brink of a nuclear war. There's chatter on the news about the president being MIA. He's on the run, he's on the move, because he's about to run away from this nuclear attack. The damn weatherman is freaking out. He's like, why are we doing the weather when we don't even know if there's going to be a tomorrow? So the entire world is kind of like on edge about this nuclear war. Meanwhile, they're over here having a birthday party like everything's cool. Now, the house we're in is located high on the hill, and you can see the city in the backdrop. So the entire time I'm watching this scene, I'm just staring in the back, just staring at the city, waiting for this damn nuclear warhead to drop. Because you know it's going to happen, right? You just know it. So I'm just staring the whole entire time, just waiting. And it makes for a tense scene for this cold open. Cooper explains to his daughter that if you hold your thumb up and it's bigger than the mushroom cloud, then you have a chance to escape. If the mushroom cloud is bigger than your thumb, then you're pretty much screwed and there's nothing you can do. This is what he's telling his damn daughter. It's crazy. Ultimately, the inevitable happens. We get a big boom in the background, and you see the sky light up and everyone at the party freaks out. There's chaos, people are running for their bunkers. Cooper grabs his daughter and jumps on a horse and they try to escape, which is futile according to his rule because the mushroom cloud was fucking massive. Multiple bombs hit the city as the cold open ends. It's pretty crazy. Episode 1 of this show is broken down into 3 sections, I would say. 3 sections that follow 3 characters. We have Cooper, the ghoul, and we'll get to why they call him the ghoul later. We have Lucy, the bride, and we have Maximus, the squire. So it's kind of broken down into 3 sections. After this cold open, we go right into Lucy, and we get her story. So let's talk about Lucy. We fast forward 219 years. It's the year 2296. Folks are living under the ground in vaults. There's an entire subterranean society now of people, and they're just trying to live their lives and exist post this nuclear war. That's where we meet Lucy. She's in Vault 33. Lucy is kind of weird, but I'm not judging her. She lives in a society that I simply could not fathom. Living underground in a vault is all she's ever known. She describes herself as the ideal member of this vault society. She's good with repairs, she's good with science, she can handle a gun, she can fight, she's good with speech. She's an all-around great individual by her own description. Oh, and more importantly, her hygiene is well maintained and her reproductive organs are all intact.
My reproductive organs are intact, my hygiene well maintained.
She's been unable to find a suitable marriage partner and her cousin won't do, so she's kind of in a bind here. She's applying to be a part of a trade. They will send Vault 32 crops and supplies, and they'll get a breeder for her to marry. That's what she's applying for, to be a part of the trade. Vault 32 will send a breeder, aka a husband, and Vault 33 will send over some supplies and some parts. So the ceremony is set, and Lucy is set to get a husband. Okay, let me stop for a second and let's talk about tone. Everything that's happening with Lucy is very much lighthearted, very much humorous. It's playful. Compare and contrast that with what we get later on, which is more weighty and serious. It's an interesting balance of tone here that the show is delivering. I'm not complaining about it. I just think it's notable that they're able to balance this tone. So Lucy has a talk with her father, who is the vault overseer, and apparently he was in the same type of trade one time. Apparently that's how he met her mother. This is something that has happened before and it worked out well previously. So she's all for it because that's how her mom met her father. So that explains why she's applying. So Vault 33 opens their doors to Vault 32. Lucy meets her husband Monty, her new husband Monty, and they have a ceremony. Now there's something clearly off about the people from Vault 32. At the time I wasn't sure what was going on. Maybe these people are just weird. Maybe there's different customs, the different beliefs, different way of life in these vaults. I wasn't sure exactly what was going on. Lucy, having already had sex with her new husband, discovers the truth. It turns out the people from Vault 32 are not actually from Vault 32. There are raiders who have already come down from the surface world and took over Vault 32. Okay, so the people of Vault 32 are all dead and they have been replaced with these raiders. Lucy gets stabbed in the stomach and she slices open Monty's face with a smashed blender. She takes him out temporarily, and then when she walks out her room, she sees the carnage that has taken place. Everyone is in a fight for their life, but honestly, it's very much comedic, where the raiders and the people from Vault 33 are going at it, and there's gore, there's violence, there's death, of course, but it's presented in a fun, humorous way that I believe works well. It's well done. It's almost like, I want to say James Gunny. You have Lucy taking out people with a trank gun. The violence and gore is off the charts. Monty, her husband, is still alive at this point. He comes after her again, but is taken out by her father. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, before Lucy came out, she had to heal herself. So she went into the bathroom and I believe she injected herself with something very video gamey. I loved it. The leader of the Raider gang takes Lucy's father and leaves the vault. This woman, who is the leader of the Raider gang, has a history with Lucy's mother. So we'll discover what's going on with that later on. Lucy heals up and staples up her wound and goes to talk to the remaining members of the vault. She wants to send a search party to go find her father, but they quickly shut that down. Lucy decides to take matters into her own hands, and with the help of her brother and her cousin who loves her, she gathers some supplies, some weapons, and heads out into the real world to go track down her father and bring him home. So that's her journey, that's her goal, that's her story for this season, I believe. Track down her father, bring him home. In this episode, we also meet Aspirant Maximus. He's in this boot camp, training to become a squire for the Brotherhood of Steel. Their mission? To find pre-war tech. Squires are assigned to help knights find these relics. Aspirant Dane, Maximus's friend, was assigned to become a new squire. They were promoted. And let's just say Maximus was not loving it. He wanted that spot. He wanted that opportunity. The next day, Dane screams in pain because somebody put a razor blade in their boot. Maximus is accused of doing it. He gets interrogated by the Brotherhood brass, and it's a very tense scene. Maximus even admits to wanting it to happen. Not the best strategy, but it works for him because he manages to convince the Brotherhood that he is grateful for the life he was given and that he will put his life on the line and give everything for the cause. They give him Aspirant Dane's spot. He takes his friend's position as the new squire. I want to believe that he didn't put the razor blade in their boot, but there's no way for us to know. We may never know. So I want to point out the tone shift here. Again, Lucy's stuff, very playful, humorous, while Maximus's story, very serious in tone, tense, not humorous or jokey at all. You know, it's very interesting, this tone shift here, this tone balance. Is this what we're going to get going forward? I'll be curious to see how to handle it. But so far so good for episode 1. Maximus is sent off on his first mission as squire. They have to track down this scientist who has a piece of tech, and Maximus could not be happier. It's clear to me that Maximus has the ambition to one day wear the mech suit, That's his ultimate goal. We'll see if he gets that. And finally, we meet up with the Ghoul. We meet back up with Cooper. He's now a badass who's been buried underground by some bigwig, I guess. He has no nose, his skin is rotting. It's been over 219 years, so I assume the radiation has mutated him, and that's why he's still alive. I have no idea. Some bounty hunters have dug him up because they want his assistance to help them track down the same scientists that the Brotherhood are after, the Enclave Runaway. The bounty hunters were dumb enough to tell him where they were headed, so he quickly takes them out, and he's on his way. The scientist is actually on his way to California, where he's from. My guess is that the scientist is headed towards the Raiders in California, which is where the Squire is headed, which is where Lucy is, right? That's how all three stories are gonna cross over, I believe. Wow, what a strong episode, I must say. Very strong opener, good character moments, good action sequences, good production style. I loved it. I would definitely continue to watch this show. If you haven't yet, please do. Check it out, see if you enjoy it. It has strong character introductions. It had strong character moments, good funny dialogue, good serious dialogue when it needed to be, tense scenes, balancing that tone. Well done. I want to see more. What are your thoughts, guys? Did you enjoy episode 1? Did you like what we got? Let me know. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will talk to you later.